Hi, I'm Dr. Barry Duncan, and this is the 7th of 7 videos about the Partners for Change Outcome Management System, or PCOMS, and why you should consider implementing it in your practice or agency. I've talked about a lot of different things over the course of the past 6 videos. The first video talked about how PCOMS addresses the field's problems via identifying those non-responding clients, or in other words, letting you know who the clients are that you should be worried about and thinking about doing something differently. It's supported now by 7 randomized clinical trials, most of that done by the folks responsible for the scientific credibility of PCOMS, those folks at betteroutcomesnow.com. It's been shown to be a proven quality improvement strategy. Benchmarking studies have shown that you can achieve outcomes comparable to randomized clinical trials in your agency when you implement PCOMS. It enhances the factors related to success, or in other words, it engages the most potent source of outcome, the client. It maximizes the potential of a strong alliance, and it builds hope for change via the monitoring of outcome over the course of the client's service. It also incorporates the known predictors of success. We talked about the alliance already, but now also early change. We know now that those clients who don't change relatively early in the process are likely not to change at all, regardless of the duration of therapy. And this video talks about how PCOMS operationalizes client privilege and social justice. That is, that PCOMS is a way to ensure that clients have a voice in all decisions that affect their care. Before the psychometric validation studies, before the randomized clinical trials, before any of the science, there was a desire to give consumers a voice in their own care, to bring them into the inner circle of decision making. That's what inspired PCOMS, and actually it was a continuation of my client-directed work. My colleagues and I, Andy Solovey and Greg Rusk, first proposed a client-directed approach that attempted to truly enact client privilege and apply the common factors. That's where client-directed was first coined, and it culminated in an article that I wrote with Duncan Moynihan that appeared in the journal Psychotherapy. And client-directed spoke to the power of client factors, that is, everything that the client brings to the table, their resources, strengths, capabilities, resiliencies, overcoming past situations, everything about them that has nothing to do with us. It spoke to the power of that in a therapeutic endeavor, as well as giving priority to clients' ideas about change, their view of the alliance, their preferences, or what I call the client's theory of change. Continuing that trend toward this client-directed work, I was introduced to Lambert and the OQ45, and I immediately recognized its revolutionary implications. Not only the measurement of outcome aspect of it and the identifying of at-risk clients, that was certainly a very important component of it, but also that something that clients produce, their own perspective about distress and change, could direct the therapy. This method that routinely placed the client's view of success at the center, a structured process to honor the client's worldview while encouraging clinicians to discuss outcome in the alliance. This was what was revolutionary about this, that the client actually could be in charge. Their view of their own outcome, their view of their relationship with the provider could be what was in charge of the therapeutic process. So PCOMS arose out of this inspiration in a desire to make manifest what mattered most in psychotherapy outcomes and a set of values about client privilege. After the ORS and the SRS were co-developed, I spent 2 years working in a free clinic supervising students as well as my own private practice, and came up with the clinical process of using the outcome rating scale and the session rating scale. This was first articulated in this book, Heroic Clients, Heroic Agencies, a 2002 book that I wrote with my friend and colleague Jacqueline Sparks. It actually was the first time that PCOMS was first named. So PCOMS really delivers when it comes to client privilege and social justice. PCOMS is the only system that is collaborative by design. It's not designed to give expert information to clinician or provider involved. It's intended to be transparent and conversational with the client about how the service is either meeting or not meeting their need. It allows services to truly be consumer driven and not just saying that that's the way the service should be done. It actually allows it to be done that way to enable the client and the therapist to be partners for change. And of course, that's where the name Partners for Change Outcome Management System came from. PCOMS is a way of leveling the counseling process. It invites people into the inner circle of decision making. When we say that we involve clients in all decisions that affect their care, we're not just saying that because that sounds good. That's actually what PCOMS allows. And it's available in 24 different languages to allow you to further level the process to invite people in their own language to fill out the forms. It gives voice to diversity and the disenfranchised, making their voice count. It depends on local knowledge and culture and prioritizes those things over expert knowledge and professional information. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what we bring to the table, but this privileges the client's local knowledge in the process. PCOMS enables client privilege and social justice to be operationalized. Doesn't just give them lip service. And don't forget about those 250 free resources at www.betteroutcomesnow.com. And if you're there, check out the new PCOMS manual, your all-in-one resource for PCOMS.